You think you're in control of this wonderful, enjoyable lifestyle, and there's a sort of moment where you are, but then what happens is that the lifestyle starts to choose you. That's the problem.
Welcome back to Rockin'Rollin. Today we're diving into the captivating life of Brian Jones, the founder and original leader of the legendary rock band, the Rolling Stones. Brian Jones, born on February 28, 1942, in Cheltenham, England, would become a pivotal figure in the history of rock music as the founder and original leader of the Rolling Stones. With his distinct musical talent and rebellious nature, Jones played a significant role in shaping the band's early sound and image.
Still you make me so sad of but my friend that will never fade. Better move on.
Jones showed a keen interest in music and taught himself to play various instruments, including the guitar, harmonica, and saxophone. He was deeply influenced by American blues music and became a skilled blues guitarist. In 1962, Jones formed a band called the Blues Boys in London, aiming to create a group that would bring authentic blues to British audiences. It was during this time that he crossed paths with a young Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, who shared his passion for music. Jones, Jagger, and Richards joined forces with pianist Ian Stewart, bassist Bill Wyman, and drummer Charlie Watts to form the Rolling Stones in 1962. Initially, the band played covers of blues and rock and roll songs.
I wish somebody come along and run into it and wreck it, come on. My baby party, come on.
But Jones played a pivotal role in expanding their sound by incorporating various instruments like the sitar, marimba, and slide guitar. His musical experimentation and diverse influences helped define the band's early sound, combining blues, R&B, and rock elements. As the Rolling Stones gained popularity, Jones became an iconic figure, known for his flamboyant fashion sense, distinctive hairstyle, and rebellious persona. He embodied the spirit of the swinging 60s, pushing boundaries and challenging societal norms. However, Jones also struggled with personal demons, including drug and alcohol addiction, which began to take a toll on his health and relationships within the band.
I think he liked drinking, I think he liked drugs, but they weren't very good for him. I don't think they're good for anyone, but he wasn't strong enough mentally or physically to take any of it, and of course he did everything. Brian was one of those people that did everything to excess.
Keith and I took drugs, but Brian took too many drugs of the wrong kind, and he wasn't functioning as a musician. I don't think he was that interested in contributing to the Rolling Stones anymore.
Over time, tensions grew within the Rolling Stones, and Jones felt marginalized as Jagger and Richards took on more prominent roles in songwriting and decision-making.
Fame doesn't sit very comfortably on anyone's shoulders. But some people's shoulders doesn't seem to sit on at all, and he was one of them, and I don't think it suited him.
I always felt very sorry for Brian. He was two things. He was not very nice, and he upset people very easily. He wasn't very pleasant, I mean.
You certainly didn't know if he was going to turn up and what state he was going to be, and then what was he going to be able to do in that state? What job could you give him?
It was very important to us, the fact that we were going to go back out on the road behind a new record, that we resolved this thing with Brian. So Mick and I had to go down and sort of tell Brian virtually, like, hey, cock, you're fired. Yeah, the fact that he was expecting it made it kind of easier, I guess. You know, he wasn't surprised, and I didn't really even think he took it all in. He was already up in the stratosphere, you know.
Despite his contributions to the band's early success, Jones found himself at odds with his bandmates, leading to a strained dynamic within the group. In June 1969, just a month before his 27th birthday, Jones tragically drowned in the swimming pool of his Sussex home.
About midnight, Jones went for a swim with his Swedish girlfriend, Anna Volin, and another friend, Mr. Frank Thorogood. After a time, Mr. Thorogood and the girl went back to the house. When they returned, they saw Jones at the bottom of the pool, and they pulled him out.
Although it was a shock when it actually happened, nobody was really that surprised, too. There are people, I mean, I'm sure that everybody's got those feelings about certain people. Everybody knows people that you just have that feeling about they're not going to be 70 years old ever, you know. Not everybody makes it, you know.
He got much nicer just before he died, you know, the last few years of his life, but I felt even sorrier for him for what we did to him then. We took his one thing away, which was being in a band. That's my opinion.
Charlie phoned me up. Phone went about 3 in the morning, and I just got off to sleep after about an hour. Charlie phoned me up, and he just said Brian died. I can't believe it, you know.
His death sent shockwaves through the music world and marked the end of an era for the Rolling Stones. Jones's passing sparked widespread mourning among fans and fellow musicians, recognizing the immense talent and potential that had been cut short.
Yeah, but there was no serious way that we could consider going on the road with Brian. So that was, but at the same time, nobody expected it to happen just like that.
The sad thing was that he'd left the band, and suddenly he was phoning up people and getting a band together, and he was coming up for the sessions and telling us all about what he was doing and all that. I mean, he was still a very good friend. And then suddenly, wham, you know.
Brian Jones left behind a lasting legacy as a pioneer of rock music and an influential figure in the formation of the Rolling Stones. His innovative approach to blending different musical genres and his willingness to push boundaries set the stage for the band's future success. While his life was marred by personal struggles, Brian Jones remains an iconic figure in rock history, forever etched in the annals of music as a founding member of one of the greatest bands of all time.
There's the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food you eat, and then there's the Rolling Stones. And I guess we're just part of the furniture, you know?
Thanks for watching and joining us as we explored the remarkable life of Brian Jones and his profound impact on the Rolling Stones.
At swine, and as I watch you leaving me.
We hope you enjoyed this journey into the heart of rock and roll history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content on the music and musicians that shaped our world. Thanks for watching. Until next time, and keep on rolling.
He don't know if it's right or wrong. Maybe he should tell someone. He's not sure just what it was, or if it's against the law.
Something